Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is a blue collar wine show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. So, Steve from Orcas Wine Company stopped by the store today with Dennis. Thank you, Dennis, for bringing Steve over. They live on Orcas Island, both of them, to present his wines to Scott and I. And after I got done tasting them, I said, you know what, Scott, I think I'm going to go home after work and I'm going to do a YouTube. We're actually going to do two because there were 3 whites and 3 reds. I don't want to try and do 6 whites in one episode. So here we are. I was somewhat impressed with these wines, and I'd like to share that with you. So we're going to start off right away with the Orcas Wine Company. Now Orcas has 3 wineries. One's not really a winery, but Cole does the Orcas Wine Project, I believe. And then he does the Orcas Wine Company, and then we have the Orcas Island Winery. So, Orcas Island Wine Company, I believe, I think he said he was located in, what says East Sound on the back of the label here. Okay, Orcas Wine Company, Pinot Gris 2021, 100% Pinot Gris, $27. Now this guy's a garage winemaker. That means he's making wine out of his garage. That glass doesn't look so good to me. Wow, okay. Had to get a new glass. He's making wine out of his garage, basically. You know, he's got a production facility there at his house. And whenever you have a small winery like that, the prices are going to be a little bit higher. He doesn't have high production, he has to make some money, he has to cover his costs and make a little cash. You know, that's the way it is. So we don't expect these smaller guys to necessarily be like, take on St. Michelle or somebody like that. So I think the price is pretty good, 27 bucks, not terrible, not over 30 in the whites. So let's see what color, straw color. This is Pinot Gris. Let's see what we get on the nose. A little bit of pear, like a Bartlett pear. Just a tiny hint of apple. And I'm going to stop there. Kind of pear apple nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. So nice pear notes on this one. Good acidity. A little bit of minerality on the backside, which is impressive to me. There's just a touch of apple and apple skin in there. But overall, get pear, good balance, good acidity, and solid Pinot Gris. Nice weight in the mouth, but still fresh. Good, like I said, good complexity for a Pinot Gris. Like I said, most of you know I'm not a big Pinot Grigio fan. I tend to lean toward this style more than the Grigio style from Italy. Everything has its place, right? I mean, I sell a ton of Italian Pinot Grigio, so it is in my department. I recognize its value. I recognize its popularity. Just personally, it's not something I go to. But I really like this Pinot Gris. I like the fact that it's not apple dominant, which a lot of Washington Pinot Gris are. I like the balance. I like the touch of minerality on the back end. I like this one. I'm going to go B plus on that Pinot Gris. Let's move on. 2021 Orcas Wine Company Sauvignon Blanc, $27, line priced. There you go. Now you guys know, how picky I am about Sauvignon Blanc. So let's see what we get here. Super picky. In fact, I have a fairly small domestic Sauv Blanc section because I just don't let anybody get a parking spot there. There's a little bigger in the New Zealand side. Those Sauvignon Blancs are a whole different animal. Again, straw colored like the Pinot Gris. A little golden hue to it. Let's see what we get on the nose. A little challenge on the nose. You get a little petrol, which is interesting. Yeah, fairly challenged on the nose, the aromatic, but I do get a touch of petrol, kind of like a Riesling can give off sometimes. Let's see what we get on the palate. You get a little white flower, a little bit of lemon zest going on this wine. Again, Sauvignon Blancs can be apple dominant, but this is not apple dominant. It has a little bit of apple on it. I get a little quince coming through. Not as acidic as I'd like a Sauvignon Blanc to be. I like to have a little more cutting, but this is not bad. Again, there seems to be a little bit of minerality on the back end of this wine. And there's some interesting flavors I'm not quite getting. It could be a touch of, not gooseberry, maybe a little bit of that, with the lemon, with a little bit of apple thrown in there. I think there's a little star fruit action going on this. Now, interestingly, we tasted this just a hair warmer at the store, and I didn't like it as much. In fact, I told Scott maybe I'll leave it out. He said, no, you should review it. Yeah, I mean, you should. He was right. I should review it. And I'm liking it better now than I did at the store. It's been open a little bit longer, which is interesting for a Sauvignon Blanc to need to be open longer. But it also is a little colder, which might help some of those flavors come out a little bit better. That's not always true. Aromatically, I got more petrol on this at the store, but it was a little warmer. So it's interesting. I know very few people drink their whites at a warmer temperature. Most people like them cold. I think this temperature right now is perfect. I think it's showing the wine really well. I'm actually quite surprised at the difference. Yeah, there's got to be a little star fruit, lemon, a little touch of kiwi. There's a lot going on in this one, more than there was before. So I'm happy I'm tasting this now. I'm fairly excited. I'm going to go straight up. I'm going to straight up be on that. I'm impressed. Who knew? Okay, so there's a little interesting note, side note. This did better, decanted a little bit. Well, not totally decanted. We put the cork back in, so just it was open up for a little bit longer. Little cooler temperature. Now aromatically that's tougher, so a lot of people like to smell their whites at a little warmer temperature to get the aromatics, but I would rather have the flavors in my mouth than the aromatics personally, and I think this is at a perfect temperature right now, and it's showing fairly well. Good job. All right, let's move on to the, again, wine price with the others. This is a 2021 Rosé. It is 75% Syrah, 15% Grenache, and 10% Mourvedre. This rolls in at $27. Give it a little rinse here. So that, yeah, I'm excited about that Sauv Blanc coming out that after the first round. I wasn't so impressed. Now I am. $27. All right, color. This has kind of a definitely a kind of a salmon, darker salmon, kind of rose petal color to it, I guess, is what I would say. A little copper going on there. Let's see what we get on those. Interesting. I get a little mango, I get a little peach. Maybe a touch of strawberry. A little rhubarb coming through as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Definitely rhubarb coming through. This has a meatiness to it, which I like. Kind of Tavel-like. Tavel, I mentioned Tavel before. It's in the Rhone Valley. They pretty much only do Rosé and Tavel, and they tend to be real meaty. That Mourvedre will do that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That strawberry notes are coming through. I get a little bit of raspberry as well. Rosé lovers would love this. It's nice and dry, but it has some complexity to it, which is, we always like complexity in our wine, correct? Nice and fresh, good acidity, but it has those flavors too, that kind of rhubarb, strawberry, and with a little bit of mango in the background. Maybe a kiss of peach. nicely made rosé. Like I said, rosé lovers will love this. It's $27. That's not chump change for all these wines. Remember, he's a small producer trying to make a living, which is hard to do. But so I just think these are really good quality wines for the money. I like this rosé a lot. I'm going to go B+, A- on that rosé. So there you go, Orcas Wine Company. They will definitely make it into King's Market. I tried them, I liked them, and I still like them. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. You'll see what's coming up. Hopefully you're enjoying these programs. Got off of Washington Wine Month, and but had to include this wine, these wines. So this is part 1. We're going to have a part 2 following this with the reds. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.